We're going to talk about logarithmic versus arithmetic charts, and that probably sounds fancy and arcane and math nerdy, but it's really basic, very easy to understand. And the cool part is that most people who use charts have no idea what the difference is and why it's important. But that won't be you, because you'll understand this by the time this video is over. So we'll begin with this portion of the spider, which is from back in 2007, 2008. And it's a relatively small range of price data from around 90 to 110. And as we look on the right side of the y-axis here, the difference in distance between these numbers doesn't seem that big. Although this is actually a log chart. It's just so subtle in this tight range you can't really tell. But if we look at the entire chart, that's a different story, because this chart goes all the way back to the inception of the spider when it was around $25 instead of $725, which it is at the time of this recording. And let's focus in again on that y-axis on the right side. So we can see 50, 100, 150, 200, and so forth. Each of these numbers is $50 apart, but notice they get tighter and tighter and tighter as we go up. And if this went up more and more and more, they would get so crunched together that the computer would probably just start using larger numbers so they weren't just a mash of pixels. But the difference between log and arithmetic is most easily seen in this example, because this is what the chart looks like and what the y-axis looks like with a log scale. And if we change this to an arithmetic, or sometimes called linear scale, it's quite different. We can see several differences right away. First of all, the numbers on the right side are evenly spaced. Secondly, the price chart looks much, much more dramatic. And third, a lot of those nice, neat drawn objects that were so helpful before are now just a big fat mess. As you can see, for example, with this channel, it is absolutely not where it belongs, because it would be really impossible to draw a good channel with a chart like this. Now, it must be emphasized, this is the same data. Every single penny of information here is identical to what it was before. Is the presentation is different, because the difference between these two is more specifically the fact that with an arithmetic chart like this one, the distances in price are fixed. If a stock goes from 50 to 100, or if it goes from 600 to 650, those are both $50 increases, and the distance will be measured the same. However, in the world of trading, that's not very fair. That's not very even, because a more extreme example would be if you were offered the opportunity to buy a stock for $1 that was going to go to $2, or you had an offer to get a stock for $101 that was going to go to $102, you'd obviously pick the first one, because the first one is doubling in price, whereas the second one is going up just a bit more than 1%, even though the dollar change is the same. In each example, you get an extra dollar, but the percentage is what counts. And that simple example illustrates why it's so vital to use the proper scaling, which is log. Let's go back to how it should be, like so. And now everything's in order. The drawn objects look good, the channel looks good, and frankly, all of the precepts of technical analysis function properly with this kind of scaling. Now, there are plenty of times when you might be looking at an instrument, and here's an extreme example. This is the SGOV, very simple interest-bearing fund. And there's nothing wrong with us looking at either scale, because here's the log scale, and if we can change this to linear, very, very subtle difference, because the price change isn't that great. Over the past 4 years, this has gone from around 85 to around 100. So that isn't a tremendous difference, because there are plenty of stocks that have literally thousands of percent, even tens of thousands of percent of change. For example, you could take something like Walmart, WMT, and look at the entire data points all the way to the early 70s. This is a nice, clean, normal-looking chart, but change this to a linear scale, and you get something crazy like this. Now, there is one and only one instance where it's really nice to use a linear scale like this, to use an arithmetic scale, when you want to really wow somebody, make their eyes bug out. So if you're a journalist, or if you're doing a presentation and you want to knock people's socks off, with how tremendous something is done, like say Walmart. This is a great chart for that because it conks them right over the head with what a spectacular rise this has experienced over the many, many decades. So it's gone from a penny a share up to $131.25 a share. And this chart just conks them over the head with how astonishing that is. But saving the prospect of you being a journalist who wants to see people's socks fly through the air, it's really best just to stick with a good old tried and true log scale. It's the more appropriate way to view it. Viscerally, it's the more appropriate way to experience it. And when it comes to drawn objects and other technical features, it's definitely what you want to use in combination with the price data.